Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is a celebration of some delicious dark and velvety leaves that have recently blessed me with their existence. Spring is definitely in full swing here where I am, and I feel like I've just been reaping all the benefits of consistent watering, slightly warmer weather but not hot, and just all the repots I've been doing. So that's basically the intro. Let's begin. I wanted to start off with this first plant because I think it will be impactful, but also there's a good chance it's not going to show up on camera very well. And that is a red crystallinum. You know how this goes with red crystals. For some reason, cameras just don't like it. They want to balance all the pinks out and it ends up looking a little bit muted. So we will see how it ends up looking. It's looking more orange in my viewfinder. I'm hoping you can see how hot fuchsia these veins are, but in case it's not showing up properly, I'm going to put in a photo of what it actually looks like. No edits, no color correction, no filter, of what I think it actually looks like in real life. This one is a Tazula Red Crystal Self by Dania. She sent this to me as not a seedling. She had grown it to maybe this big of a leaf size where she could see that it was expressing the pink or red gene. And then I basically have grown it in this pot for quite a while. You can see it is fairly rooty in here, and I'm sure it would not mind a size up. So it's definitely a plant I want to upsize the pot of, but I've been growing it in this Jomo Studios pot, and I've been really enjoying this look, like this color contrast. Let me put it back in. The black pot with the hot pink veins and the dark foliage, I feel like it just looks so nice together. And if I upsize the pot, it won't fit in this pot anymore. So that's part of the reason why I've been procrastinating on it, because I just want to keep it in this pot a little bit longer. The last leaf it grew, there was a little bit of thrips damage on here. Hopefully you can see this kind of silvery squiggles up here. It's been treated with spinosad, and you can see the new leaf shows no thrips damage. Oh, it's just so pretty. And also it has a semi-fused sinus. If you can see, it's fused up to about here. You can definitely see it on the back. That is partway fused. I think every time I show this plant, I show this photo. Like, just for old time's sake, I'm gonna put a photo of Dania with the mother plant. So this is the plant that she selfed in order to create this. Her plant is such a classic red crystallinum. I think it's so textbook. And my plant, the selfling, I find the leaves are a little bit more elongated, and the veins are not as thick. It's not as splashy. There's not, well, it's not very mature yet, but there's not as much of the silver flecks in between. Hopefully the veins get a lot more intricate in time, but I am in love with the color it gives me every time. And I think with each leaf, as it is maturing, it is getting more vibrant. And so the green part of the leaves is getting darker, and the veins, it used to be more Barbie pink, and it's getting deeper and more intense over time. Once this leaf fully expands, I do plan on cutting off this leaf with a thrips damage on it. But after that, I think I will have to upsize the pot, because I'm pretty sure after this leaf, the next leaf will not be an upsize anymore, and it'll kind of start to decline in size or stay the same size, and it might look worse and worse over time. So I think that this is the limit in this pot, and we're gonna have to go up from here. Next is an update on one of my hybrids. I am so glad I kept this back, because if I saw someone post this on Instagram and tag me in it, I think I would vomit. This is one of my 3 holdbacks of my Carla vivvs, and this leaf just came out. It is so nice. It got stuck in the sheath, so it's a little bit there's like a little bit of a bend here, and it's a little bit wonky, but can we just appreciate the venation, the color? I don't think the veins are showing up pink, but in real life they're this like soft baby pink. With every leaf, I just love this plant more and more, and I think this might be my favorite of all the holdbacks, because it's so dark. It's got these like really round overlapping lobes, and it's kind of chunky but super elongated at the same time, and it's got these nice undulations. It's not like a flat leaf. There's nice amount of bumpiness, and I just love the venation. It's so thin, but it's got this like nice burst of brightness right at the sinus, and it's been consistent like that with every leaf. I will say in my tent, there seems to be maybe like a very mild mite issue. You can definitely see a little bit on this leaf, and yeah, on this leaf in particular, this got that like dusty mite damage looking stuff. So my plan is just to kind of go through and saturate all the leaves with this, like even the ones that aren't showing damage, with the lights off. In the past, I've tried a few things, but this is what has worked the best for me. Safer as end all. I think I think it was discontinued, but I have enough left to do my collection. Maybe it'll last me to the end of this year. Then I have to figure out what else to use. I know there's other Safer's End All that's in a different color bottle. The label looks the same. I've heard some people say that it's not quite the same. I've heard people say it's the same because I can't seem to get this anymore. And also, okay, tangent. I can get yellow bottle Safer's End All concentrate that you're supposed to dilute. I don't know. Am I stupid? I can't get this open, and I love the Safer's spray so much because it's got a really nice even wide like dispersion. It doesn't it's got a really nice spray nozzle, but I cannot open this. There's like there's something on the thread here that is it a child safety lock, or is it just not meant to ever be opened again? I don't really know. I wanted to get the concentrate, but I didn't for the reason that I can't get this open again. Anyways, back to this plant. I recently repotted it. By recently, I want to say like 3 weeks ago. I repotted it into a 5-inch pot. It went up from a 4-inch. It went from tree fern soil to tree fern soil, but like the soil component is slightly different. If you watched my last video, it's very similar to that mix, except in this mix, I happen to have some bark. I'm out of bark now, so anyways, I don't think anyone cares. It has been rooting happily in this pot. I was really happy to see all the new root growth, and it came in really quickly. And then this new leaf, even though it got a little bit stuck in the sheath and bent itself, I just freaking love it. It's so dark. I just love it so much, and it's getting quite a lot of light. It's right in the corner of my tent where there's like a vertical Barina bar, maybe this far away from it, and it's maintaining its darkness, so it must be one of those lights. Like Carla can take a lot of light. Some plants get even darker and more exaggerated with more light exposure. I've found that with some of my Forgetii. I don't know, maybe this is just like a highlight tolerant plant, but all that to say, it seems really happy in that spot with so much light. With every leaf, I love it more and more, and I'm just so glad I kept this one back. The next plant is that other plant's dad, my Carla vivvs. This one is Carla GPH by Round. When was this made? I want to say it was made in 2023, 3. I've had it for a while and I've never been able to grow it massive, but I have such a soft spot for this plant because it's so pretty. It's not the easiest plant. It grows really slow for me. It doesn't maintain beautiful leaves for very long, but it's such a nice heart shape. It's so round on the top. It's like such a perfect heart shape. The venation is really simple and it comes in really pink when the leaves are fresh. I don't think the camera is picking up the pink, but just trust me that it is nice and pink. This leaf is fully hardened now, and unfortunately we did get a little bit of edema damage down in the corner, but I'll just put in a photo of when it was fresh and damage free. I don't even take photos of my plants anymore. If you follow me on Instagram, I think I posted like 5 times last year. I just don't think about taking photos of my plants like that anymore. It's just like not like I got out of the habit of it, and because I'm avoiding Instagram, it's just not top of mind. But this plant, when this leaf grew out, I was so compelled to just set it up and take a photo of it just so I can remember it the way it was, because I knew it wasn't going to last forever. I did show this plant recently in my plant room walkthrough, but I wanted to show you the leaf fully hardened off and how delicious and dark it is. Okay, this next plant came back from, I want to say, the brink of death. This one is a vivvs. I think it was bred by Becky, but I got this from my friend Amanda. It's gone through some ups and downs. It came to me as quite a big plant, actually. I took a bottom cutting off for a friend, and it was growing okay inside of one of my exos that used to be back here, and then I tried to grow it in ambient, and it just died back to a stump. Like the top growth point died off, and then the leaves kind of fell off, and I grew it back from a stump. So this one came off of an axillary bud. You see the top growth point died off. This is an offshoot from the side. This was the first leaf that grew inside of a bin and got kind of scrunched up by other leaves. And then this leaf kind of grew unobstructed in my tent, and it's so beautiful. Like I wanted this plant so badly because I think I saw it in one of my FaceTimes with Amanda, and she was showing me some plants, and it was just like, to me, it was kind of like, it looked so much like an Ace of Spades, but maybe less finicky, less ace poxy, maybe just like a little bit easier to grow. So she so kindly gifted it to me. And I do plan on growing this in my tent for as long as I possibly can. I'm not ruling out growing in ambient eventually, but I want it to be quite big with quite a huge root system so it doesn't die back the way it did last time. This one I believe is growing in tree fern pond. Eventually when it gets a little bit more full of roots, I will be transitioning it to tree fern soil. And this one also will be getting that Safer's End All mite treatment, because you can see on the older leaf it's getting that dusty looking stuff on it again. But this plant definitely scratches the itch of like the super dark, nearly invisible vein, velvety anthurium for me. An update on my beloved midnight velvet. The last leaf I showed would have been this one. This one's fully hardened now and is still maintaining really dark. The veins are still pink. Hopefully you can see. It's definitely super pink on the underside. And my favorite part is that little curl on the bottom. So I've recently put out another leaf and it's so good. I think it will be an upsize from that last one, just based on this one was just like, it's so fresh. It's still expanding and the petiole length is a little bit longer on this one. So I have hopes that it will be a nice size up. But even if it isn't, I don't really mind. It's just like, oh, it's so good. Do you kind of see how the green is a very deep bluish green and just contrasted with that purpley fuchsia venation and like the waves and the curl at the bottom, and oh, it's just so perfect. The purple in the baxil and also the purple in the petiole. I am obsessed with this plant when it grows well. Even when it doesn't grow well and it's looking super sad, like previously when it was in a mix I didn't like and it was looking like this, it's one of those plants I never want to give up on. Like some plants I just get over it and it's not worth the effort, but this plant always has been worth the effort for me. Probably because I don't have anything quite this majestic in this specific way in my collection, so I don't really have a choice but to keep trying with the plant, even through all the ups and downs. And I was really excited at one point for this plant because on this leaf, this was a previous big leaf before it downsized, it was about to flower. You can kind of see the shriveled remains of an inflow that was trying, well, I kind of broke it off, but there was an inflow that was trying to emerge from there. It never quite made it. But yeah, I will be cutting off all these ugly old leaves, these 3 leaves in the near future, and we'll just put this ugly episode behind us for now. Fingers crossed that it stays happy this year. I would love to breed this, not use it as a mother plant, but I would love to put it on something else, like maybe Mr. Worldwide would be my first choice because both of them have quite a wide sinus. I would love to introduce like the weird and twisty wonkiness of the Midnight Velvet to that. The Mr. Worldwide was repot last week. I will show you an update in the near future, but things are looking good for it. It seems to be bouncing back. So yeah, that would be my plan for this plant. But I wanted to show you this leaf while it was so perfect. And while I have it out, I'm going to be searching. Yes, this plant has a tendency to pop quite a lot. And I doubt you're gonna see it, but there is an activated growth point down here. I still have 2 more props that were like little offsets that I had removed a while ago, and I'm just waiting for them to get a little bit bigger and stronger before they're ready to go. But I will have little babies of this plant fairly soon. But yeah, just to show you the leaf at a few different angles so you can kind of appreciate the twists and turns and dimension of it so you can see why it's my favorite plant at the moment. Okay, so the last plant, I feel like I never talk about it, but I do truly love it so much. But I think the reason why I haven't talked about it is because it's been kind of not doing anything for a really long time. And that is my Forgetii Carla. So this one is Forgetii by Carla Amanda, which is bred by Dylan, and for the life of me, I can't remember his last name. I think it's Wynn. I got this plant from Amanda once again, and I actually got this for Charmaine for her birthday one year, and Charmaine gave me a piece of it, and I've been growing it in ambient. It was growing in my tent for a little bit, if I can recall correctly, and I moved it out into ambient. I thought it would do okay in ambient, in which it has, but due to chronic underwatering for a little while, the top growth point died off, so it's now growing out of 2 separate growth points activated from axillary buds. But anyway, I love this plant so much because I really like the Carla Amanda. I think of it as a Carla with quite vivid and angry venation. It is somewhat angular at the same time. I think it's quite distinct as a Carla, and I feel like the Amanda venation does come through on this hybrid. And I will be repotting it really soon. I want to separate so you can kind of see this one is one plant, and then this one is a separate plant. So this is the newest leaf on that that little offshoot, and there is an activated caterpillar down here. I believe it's currently growing in tree fern mixed with like a ton of perlite, and I plan on moving it to tree fern soil. The same mix I showed in my last video, so like tree fern with pro mix, myco mix, and some more perlite, some more pumice. But overall that mix is quite fluffy and the granules are quite small. I want to say this plant has dried out quicker than it wants to, and I find it kind of harder to keep up with the watering on my ambient shelves. So that would be the plan for this. I'm going to separate the two plants. I'm only going to keep one, but I'm going to keep both for a little while just to make sure they survive, because I don't want to lose this plant. I really like it. It's going to be really hard to replace if I ever did lose the original plant. So that's why I wanted to show it to you today, because it was a little bit dicey for a while there when it was losing the top growth point and actively kind of dying back. I was really concerned I was going to lose it, but it looks like we're kind of out of the woods for now. And this pot makes it a little hard to see the roots, so I don't really know what's going on in there. That's part of the reason why I'm a little bit antsy to get it out of the pot. There may not be enough roots on this side of the plant to sustain the plant, so I may not actually separate it, but I do want to see what's going on in here. And at the very least, I do want to get into that slightly denser tree fern soil mix rather than just tree fern and perlite. This is a leaf that remained on the original plant. This was like when I was getting quite worried that it was dying back so much, but luckily both of the separate growth points are doing okay, and I'm quite pleasantly surprised at how well the leaves form in ambient. Like there's no tears and stuff, there's no rips. I haven't personally sold any from my plant, but I know that Charmaine has sold a few props. If you're one of those people that has bought a prop from her, let me know what your experience is. Is your plant bigger than this? Is it growing well? Are you growing in ambient? Please let me know. Anyways, that is all the updates I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!